More than 100 women have come forward accusing a former Brigham and Women's doctor of sexually assaulting them. Health reporter Felice Freyer joins us with more. Felice, who is this doctor and what are the accusations he's facing?
His name is Todd. He's a rheumatologist. He worked at the Brigham and also at a group practice in Framingham. He's denied that he did anything wrong, and he hasn't been charged with anything. This is all still under investigation. But there are 4 suits against him, and in the suits and in conversations with me, women have said that he conducted breast and pelvic exams that were not medically indicated.
While the doctor maintains his innocence, you spoke to several of the women who are accusing him of sexual assault. What did they have to say?
They said that they initially really trusted him. He was the first doctor who really listened to them. And then after he won, and also he treated their conditions successfully, so they really liked him. And then he would persuade them that they had conditions such as pelvic floor dysfunction and that he could correct it with these prolonged pelvic exams. So we talked them into it. Also, in some cases, he persuaded them to let him do breast exams, even though they would say, I just had one done by my gynecologist, I don't need it. He would pressure them to have him conduct those exams.
In a situation like this, how could a patient know when an exam might be inappropriate or unnecessary?
That's what was so difficult about this, because the patients trusted him, and trust is really important in your relationship with your doctor. At the same time, you need to trust your own gut. And many of these women felt uncomfortable and wondered, is this right? And so if you have that feeling, then you need to consult someone else.
Felice, how can a patient tell if an exam is inappropriate or unnecessary?
Well, a good doctor is going to explain before doing anything exactly why and what he or she is doing. If it's an intimate exam, a patient can always ask to have someone else in the room. In this case, the doctor would talk people out of having a chaperone. He'd say, oh, that you'll feel uncomfortable, won't you be embarrassed? Hold your ground on that. Insist that someone else is there. Be aware that a pelvic exam and a breast exam each takes usually about 3 minutes, so if it's going on a lot longer than that, you might need to ask questions or ask them to stop. And finally, trust your gut. Many of these women felt uncomfortable, but they thought, okay, this is a Harvard-affiliated physician. He knows what he's doing. How can I question him? Be ready to question your doctor. And
in questioning your doctor, because a patient might be confused, should a rheumatologist be doing the same types of examinations that an OB/GYN would do?
No, a rheumatologist should not be doing pelvic and breast exams, but in this case, Dr. Todd was also a primary care doctor, and he encouraged his patients to become patients in his primary care practice. So there is that nuance in there, but usually, your gynecologist can handle this kind of exam.
And if you feel that an exam was inappropriate or unnecessary, what are some of the steps a patient can take to report this?
If you really feel that you have been wronged, you can report a doctor to the Board of Registration in Medicine, and there's an online form that you can fill out.
Felice, thank you so much for joining us and giving information to this difficult case.
Glad to be here.